Hello, everybody. So I had a friend going through an event that is incredibly stressful, and she asked that I post something to help her with that. So I thought all of us have stressful events that we go through and might be able to benefit from some of it. So in ancient yoga, they used these postures or asanas, which are what we think of in yoga today, the movements that we do, as a preparatory way to move into seated meditation. And so, of course, if you're about to enter into a stressful event, thinking about seated meditation, breath work, these things make a lot of sense, but sometimes they're not easy to do if you're anxious. So, starting with some movement, coming to down dog, and sometimes you're tired from anxiety and you don't feel like doing much, so just come with the intention of just down dog. Down dog is enough. It's an inversion. Your head hangs heavy, hips are high to the sky, heels drop towards the ground, chest is reaching towards the thighs, and begin to breathe here, in through the nose, out through the nose, and just listen to your body and what it's calling for. And it might want movement on the ground, it might want standing postures and activity. So the warrior poses or power postures, lifting right leg, planting the foot, coming up into a high lunge, stimulating power, working into the psoas, or maybe moving from down dog into something like pigeon. Right leg raises, right knee to the outside of the right wrist, seated back, opening into the psoas this way. Listen to your body, listen to the movement that it's asking for. And we'll do the same thing on the other side just to stay even, of course. One of my favorite things about yoga. And lift left leg, left knee to the outside of the left wrist. And one of my favorite poses, coming back to down dog, walking the feet towards the hands, separate the feet, have the toes pointed slightly out, bend at the knees, yogi squat. Use the elbows to gently guide the knees away. And find whatever movements your body is calling for, maybe almost like a dance, flowing, hanging, just loosening up the body so that when you go into this event, you don't feel stiff. You want to feel free and open and full of life and full of breath and full of confidence. So maybe working through the arms, opening. And when you're done with this movement, and normally most of us run around with not a lot of time for it, and that's okay. The little bit of time that you make will make a huge difference. And then coming to your seated position, and the palms don't have to be up. This is for receiving energy, down for grounding. But elongating through the spine is the most important thing. You can't breathe without a long spine. So the crown of the head lengthens towards the sky. And you breathe in through the nose slowly. A 4-7-8 breath is one that I like to refer to. That's Dr. Andrew Weil's version of an ancient yogic breath. And so you inhale for the count of 4. And you hold the breath at the top for the count of 7, if possible. And as you exhale through the nose very slowly, you take your time and you exhale to the count of 8. So the point in this particular breath is to exhale longer than you inhale, which stimulates the parasympathetic system, rest or digest, and takes you out of that fight or flight that we are in when we're in stressful situations. So take your time with this and sit as long as you can. And maybe try to clear your thoughts, which is much easier said than done. Let's start to notice more and more space, less and less thoughts as you breathe. And I truly hope that somebody gets some benefit from this little bit of practice. Have a wonderful evening.